By surrendering to ourselves, to our karma, to the story of our life, the pain of our past, what we resist feeling and what we judge as good and bad, we heal ourselves and allow ourselves to transform. For some people, the idea of surrendering to our karma, to what we deserve, to the pain of our lives is terrifying. But it's only when we accept and surrender to our pain, to the things that we have done and judge as bad, that our life and karma can really start to transform. The physical process of body de-armoring teaches us how to work with physical and emotional pain in a way that translates back and aligns to our emotional and mental bodies, integrating heart, mind, and sex, or as we discuss later, the 3D, 4D, and 5D communication styles. Karma is an ancient Eastern concept and is basically the law of cause and effect, in that for every action there is another action. So every action we take in our life is our karma, and all of our actions have to translate, fit into, and operate in our vibrational, reflexive reality. Thus, our karma may not always match our intentions or desires. No matter how hard we try, both the collectives and our own karma needs to change before a vibrational universe can reflect what we truly desire and intend. You might have noticed people promoting the law of attraction as a way of making all your desires come true while living in abundance. And for many of these people, it mostly works. But for other people, they really struggle. And this is because first we need to work on our karma, and often our shadow. When practicing shadow work, our intention is more complex, so the law of attraction can actually go against our free will and desire. As we try to heal not just our karma, but that of the collectives, we need to focus on what we do not want to heal it by experiencing it. To transform our emotions, we need to feel them. So we risk creating what we do not want by focusing on it. But by only focusing on what we do not want, we don't fully heal or change our karma. So we can never use the law of attraction to its full potential. To change collective karma, which affects our own karma and potential, we need to also focus on what we do not want outside of ourselves instead of just within, which makes the law of attraction in shadow work even more problematic. Both ways are important, and we need to be capable of using both shadow work and the law of attraction to affect and change our karma while making the unconscious conscious and achieving self-mastery. The best advice I can give when looking at and healing your shadows, thus your karma, is to make your intention more powerful than your word. By always focusing on your end intention more than the process or words, this will make using the law of attraction in shadow work less problematic. Our word is still important, and we need authenticity and honesty to keep our energy channels open. But often language and words can trap us from feeling our emotions and expressing or getting to our deeper truths. So a life driven by intention will always be more fruitful than one driven by a he said, she said mentality, or that means this. Abstractly looking at karma, or vibration, and shadow with the laws of polarity and attraction, together which are magnetism, we see that the laws of the universe are paradoxical in how they work together, and need to weave in and out of each other to generate this reality, the one we are living in right now. It's why if you ask people what the laws of the universe are and what they mean, answers differ, depending on which school they studied with. In a vibrational reflective universe, either like will attract like, the law of attraction, or like will repel like, the law of polarity. As to which happens is not so clear-cut and can only be governed by a higher intention. So as many of us notice in our love relationships and partnerships, As we try to find our best match with the law of attraction, we can find ourselves turned off by our best love match on paper, but completely turned on by people who are not the best match for us overall. Some of these concepts are potentially too esoteric or deep in polarity and academic for many to care for or make use of. But to make surrendering to our karma safe, we have to have forgiven ourselves. For some people, self-forgiveness comes before forgiving others. And for others, forgiving others comes before forgiving themselves. In either case, the more self-acceptance and trust in life, trust that bad things generally happen for a reason, and our pain is our greatest teacher, the easier forgiveness and surrendering to our karma becomes. The reality is the longer it takes us to learn these lessons, the more bad and painful things need to happen. During de-armoring and emotional detox sessions, if we are not surrendering to what we deserve, to our soul, if we are still trying to control the outcomes purely with our mind, then the sessions have much less of an effect. Forgiveness, for many of us, is one of the hardest lessons to learn. So I'd like to share a personal perspective about trust and forgiveness that has helped me greatly over the years. It might not work for everyone, but you can try it if you like. When we reflect on life, we will often see that it is the people who we trust that hurt us the most. If in trusting someone, we believe it means that they will never do anything wrong or hurt us again, directly or indirectly, then we are being naive. The nature of being human is to learn through our mistakes and our pain. To trust someone on an emotional level is to say yes to life, yes to experiencing both pleasure and pain through the experiences that they bring. When we tell someone, I trust you, on an emotional level, we are indirectly saying, you are worthy of my forgiveness. Or, I'm willing to learn from the hurt you bring if you bring it. As we become older and wiser, we can only hope that this becomes less true. If this perspective helps you, then feel free to use it. Just remember that it's one perspective, a partial truth.